Goodness gracious, if you guys aren't aware of what I'm going to be covering in this video, it could potentially cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. So make sure that you pay attention, stay tuned till the end because this is going to be a good one, guys. Jake Fletcher here with the Fletcher Group at eXp Realty right here in Miami, Florida. And I got to be honest with you guys, it just warms my heart anytime I get a little notification that somebody has booked a free consultation with me on my Calendly link in the description down below, or anytime I get a text message or a call from somebody and they're like, hey, I was checking out your channel and I loved this video, etc., warms my heart. So thank you guys so much. And if you are the next person that I might be able to help, all my contacts in the description down below. So in this video, we're going to be getting into the Miami-Dade real estate market in regards to single family homes. And we're looking at them separately from condos, okay? So we're looking at both, sectors, essentially, property types, and we're gonna jump right into that, so let's not delay. All right, so first and foremost, guys, I wanna share with you what's going on with interest rates right now, okay? So interest rates are going crazy, as you can see, as of Friday, because right now I'm filming this on Monday. The new rates aren't out quite yet, but as of the 21st of October, the 30-year fixed rate conventional mortgage was at 7.32%. FHA was at 6.95%. So high, 20-year highs in interest rates are having a drastic effect on the real estate market. We're going to be talking about that. I kind of got a new idea here of how to sort of screenshot my graphs so that my screen isn't blocking, like where my head is here isn't blocking the graph itself. So anyways, so we're looking at median sale price versus the active number of listings, aka supply. Green line's the median sale price, blue line's the active listings. On the left-hand axis there, on the y-axis, we have prices. On the right-hand y-axis, we have the number of listings. And then on the x-axis, we have months, okay? So we're looking at Miami-Dade single-family homes between January 2019 up until current day, October 2022. And, what we see here is that median sale price has basically done nothing but go up, since before the pandemic. Pandemic happened. Prices went crazy. They're still going up, man. And, we saw that in between July to August, we had a little bit of a dip down. But then August to September, prices went up. I told you guys, hey, we're going to be keeping an eye on that, see what happens in October. October is mostly done at this point, and median sale price looks like it will probably finish this month out, higher than last month. So, we're right there, right around 580, record highs. And the reason why is because there's just still so little inventory. We really need inventory to start piling up quicker, and just in general for prices to start moving downwards. Because even though interest rates are high, there's still so little supply that it's keeping those prices high. And we can see that in the number of active listings here. We see how we had a pop-up, but now it's been sort of leveling off right around this 4,300 listings mark for single family homes. So we need to see more listings coming on the market. We need to see more, not just new listings coming on the market, but we need to see the total number of active listings increasing more than we are. And we're going to take a look at that. So one reason why we're not seeing that happen is, even though sales are, through the floorboards here, we're not seeing enough new listings coming on the market, even though there's a big decrease in number of sales. I mean, look at this. Your green line there, your number of sales. Again, you have the months on the x-axis. On the left y-axis, you have number of listings. On the right axis, you have the number of days, right? Because we're looking at days of on the market. Median days on market is our blue line. Number of sales is our green line. So the green line, the sales, you see, basically there was a little pop-up between July and August, not very significant, but from August to September, sales went, crazy through the floorboard. We only had about 800 or so, a little less than 800 sales, and then now we're looking at, potentially. I mean, there's less than 600 so far. We're probably going to end below that 800 from last month by the time October ends. So sales will continue to decrease almost for 7 months in a row, right? Other than that tiny little pop-up July to August. Since March, number of sales has basically done nothing but decline, right? And, basically, since, let's see, that was about May, we've had median days on market has increased, right? So prices, homes are taking longer to sell, okay? Now, next up for single family homes, I want to show you guys number of new listings versus months of inventory. So number of new listings is your green line, months of inventory is the blue line. Again, on the x-axis, you have months on the bottom, listings on the far left-hand side, and then months on the far right-hand side of our y-axis, okay? So number of new listings is our green line. You can see, once again, since about May, or actually June, you've seen nothing but declines in number of new listings, right? So that's why, even though sales are through the floorboards, active number of listings is through the floorboards, we haven't seen, inventory piling up as much as we probably would if we had continued to see number of new listings be sort of like a somewhat normal number here in the middle of around 1,500 or so per month. Instead, number of new listings right now is actually at 1,081 so far in October. And if we prorate, within a margin of error, of course, because it takes usually about 72 hours is when you're supposed to update the MLS as an agent with your closed closed sales. And so if we account for the number of days left in October versus what we expect to see based on what's happened so far in October, we should be ending the month with about 1,396 new listings for single family homes, and that would actually be a 7.4% reduction from September when we had 1,508, okay, right? Which was already a big decrease from August, which was a decrease from July, which was a decrease from June, etc. You guys get the point, okay? Now, granted, we are going into the winter months, and as you can kind of see here, it's pretty normal to see a decrease in listings for the winter months. But right now, we're looking like we're below what our average sort of decrease for the winter months is, while at the same time, we see months of inventories exploding. We're at about 8 months of inventory so far. Last month, we were at 5 months of inventory. This will shift as October comes to an end. I'm expecting it to, we should be finally actually entering into what's considered normal market conditions by this end of this month, which would be anything between 6 to 12 months of inventory. Months of inventory, for anyone who isn't aware, is how long is it going to take to sell the existing supply of inventory if no new listings came on the market, okay? So, interesting stuff there, and we'll be keeping an eye on it. So let's look at condos here now. So same statistics that we looked at in the last graphs, but we're looking at condos now for Miami-Dade. Now, what we've seen is a little bit different from median sale price in single-family homes where they've started to go back up. They've sort of been oscillating back and forth, the median sale price for condos, okay? Now, on your left axis here, you have price. Right now, we're sitting just under $400,000 for the median sale price for condos. And then on the right y-axis, you have the number of listings. That's our blue line here, is active number of listings. And then, of course, on the bottom, the x-axis, you have the months. So for active number of listings, right now, we're sitting in the low 7,000s, which is very, very low. Before the pandemic, we'd routinely have over 15,000 active listings for condos in Miami-Dade. Now we're at about half of that, which is pretty significant, y'all. And then what we saw was, when things kind of hit the brakes in March, when everybody got, when the peak sort of panic and fear about interest rates going up started happening, we started to see less new listings coming on, same with single family homes as condos. What we saw here in the number of active listings, we had a little bit of a pop-up. Now it's just sort of been slowly declining again. And we're descending into who knows how few, right? So again, this median sale price would probably be significantly lower if we started to see this active number of listings going much higher than it is. But we aren't seeing that. Well, why is that? Well, let's take a look at some of these other graphs. Number of sales in the green line, median days on market is the blue line. Far left axis, you have the number of listings. Far right y-axis, you have the number of days. And then for days on market, and then on the x-axis, as always, you have your months, okay? So for the number of sales in the green line, I mean, look at that. Same thing. Since March, it's basically just been nothing but straight down, except for the little exception of July to August, which was almost not statistically significant at all. But since then, it's just been straight down. Okay, so number of sales for condos has plummeted through the ground. We're going to have some big insurance issues coming up as well, not just for condos, but for properties in Florida in general, because so many insurance companies have gone insolvent and stopped operating in Florida. I'm going to be doing a video about this, covering this in the future. So if you're interested in that, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. We're seeing sales just plummeting. I mean, look at that. You're at about 650 sales so far in the month of October, when we were seeing, I mean, look, thousands of sales, well over 2,000 every single month, all of 2021. Except for the very last, except for December. Right there. Then, since March of 2022, we've seen nothing but declines, right? Now, days on market, we also saw that big drop in days on market as we had a big increase in the number of sales, right? Which makes sense. But what we've seen is since July of this year, we've seen days of market increasing, and it seems to be increasing at a steady clip. We'll definitely keep an eye on that, but at the same time, it's not anywhere near what the normal days on market pre-pandemic were, which was anywhere from about 65 to 80 days on market, somewhere around there. And right now we're sitting at more like 32 days on market, so over a month. But that's still pretty quick for something to sell. So keep that in mind. Now, last graph that I want to show you guys here. We have the number of new listings in green, months of inventory in blue, and on your left axis, number of listings on the y-axis. On the right y-axis, you have months, and on the bottom x-axis there, you have the months, the actual months themselves. So what we have here, number of new listings in our green, we see, again, same thing with single-family homes. There just aren't there's not nearly enough new listings coming onto the market in order for prices to be affected. Same thing, months of inventory that we saw in single family homes, we see it going up. Actually, it's at 10 months, but it'll probably end a lot lower than that. We're at 5 months of inventory for both single family homes and for condos. I'm expecting to see both of them end in October at 6 months of inventory. So we'll have to double back and check on that, but that would mean normal market conditions for both property types, okay? So here is the good part, the good stuff, what you've been waiting for. So what does this mean if you're a buyer? What does it mean if you're a seller? What does it mean if you're an investor, okay? If you're a buyer, you need to wait. You need to hold on if you're expecting to be able to get a good, solid deal, because even though there's less listings, there's less inventory, and there's less sales happening, you might be able to get a deal on a property, but most sellers aren't pricing accordingly right now, which is why we're seeing more days on market for properties, as well as, the decrease in demand, of course. But, we still have a lot of overpriced listings sitting on the market. So if you're down to get out there and write some aggressive offers and, maybe spin your wheels for a bit trying to get something accepted, then that's one thing. But in my opinion, most sellers just aren't ready yet to take market value, which is significantly less than what they're listed for. So keep that in mind. Not saying don't go out and write offers. If you need to buy a place to live, then obviously you got to live somewhere. But if you have the option to kind of wait, I would say it probably might be a good time to wait for a bit, like maybe the next 3 to 6 months, maybe even more, to see when we're going to hit this bottom in the real estate market, because it seems like it's really taking some time, okay? Now, if I'm a seller, I'm definitely making sure that I price appropriately. If your listing has been on the market more than 32 days as a condominium, or it's been on the market for more than about 32 days for single family homes as well, then you're overpriced, okay? Or either that, or you're not giving enough time to show the property, or your property just doesn't show well. But if the last two things are true, then you're overpriced, okay? So you need to make sure that you're priced properly. That is the most important thing if you're a seller in this market. And of course, a professional real estate agent like myself can make sure that you're priced properly because we know how to really dig into the comps in a way where we're going to get your property sold. Not all real estate agents, just the professional ones such as myself. Now, if you're an investor, it's, keep building up that war chest. It's time to start writing aggressive offers. There will be sellers out there, especially of any distressed properties that might be coming up, or properties that need, TLC or handyman specials, things like that. Those are the type of properties that I'm starting to see people getting deals on, significant deals. So if you're an investor, come on and join the fun, let's get some deals. Now, that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know what you're thinking, what you're seeing in your area. And if you have any questions for me, drop me a comment down below. And if you need the help of an expert real estate agent, like I said, all my information's in the description down below. And reach out anytime. I'd love to help you out. And until the next one, I'll see you on, the next video. So take care and keep winning. Peace.